Special movie? All right, we're jumping in. New game. Let's go. Let's go. All right, kids. Whoa. Oh, there we go. Okay, battle boost, 3 times speed. No encounter. It's so ridiculous. We're never, ever doing the battle boost. We're not doing that.
Well, that's literally the easy mode one, right? That gives you like limit break at all times or whatever.
Yeah, come on. That's no fun. We 3 times speed. We might be rocking that a little bit.
Thanos, if he's going for platinum, this will be a multi-part series here.
Yeah, this is going to be like a 50-part stream series, yeah.
I'll be the first person to say that I enjoyed the remake, but I don't think anything tops this original experience. I don't care if they look like Roblox or Lego people. This game is just, the classic one is just it. Like, this is it, Chief.
Yes. There it is. Yes, trophy, baby. Ooh! God, I love getting trophies. Holy shit.
We gotta have we got a checklist, right? So we'll get all these knocked out. That was the first blood. The next one that you're gonna get is probably gonna be the breaking new ground, which is using your first limit break.
Here, you know what I could do too? Here, let me.
Yeah, you won't get any of these other ones before you get that one. There's no way. So that'll be the next one.
Like this PSM profiles. I might. Since I'm talking about, I'll probably just tweet it out in a second. Y'all boys don't know. All right, I'm a Final Fantasy VII god. All right, they're gonna get their asses beat down. We're just gonna go Cloud. No reason to change that. We're default, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, I always felt some type of way about changing the characters' names in Final Fantasy games. I usually left them. In Pokemon, it was funny because you could name your rival just all different types of combinations of funny stuff that would work. But in Final Fantasy, I think the only character whose name I ever changed reliably was Cecil from Final Fantasy IV.
How come?
Because his name was just weird to me when I was a little kid.
Okay. This actually does look really good. Like,
yeah, they upscaled it a lot compared to the original one, or they just cleaned it up, right? It's not as like pixelated.
Yeah, like I think the models look like Cloud looks really good right here.
Yeah, it's just the backgrounds that they left. I mean, they still up the backgrounds too, but the Cloud is the character models look phenomenal in battle. It's just outside of battle, they still have their little Lego hand.
Yeah. See, that's one thing that the original FF7 never really gets into, is that, like, it's like, this fucker's talking about, like, a lot of people risk their lives to get these codes, right? That's that they more try and get into in the remake, but don't really touch on in this.
My only issue with the remake is the whole episodic. So, like, my hype levels were stifled by the fact I'm gonna have to wait 3 years. It's like when Infinity War came out, and as soon as I walked out of the theater, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to wait a whole year before I see how the story ends. That sucks. But it gives you something to be excited for, but it also sucks.
I don't have a problem with it because, like, it's such a massive undertaking. Like, with the way they make games now to recreate this, like, the thing about, like, OG games like this, right, is there'll be, like, little, like, fun mini games and little bullshit scattered around the game that you'll do one time. Like, games of today don't do stuff like that. Like, I'll point it out. Like, remember there's the one part in Junon where the little girl, like, goes underwater and you gotta, like, breathe into her to give her air and stuff like that? And
yeah,
remember,
CPR and shit.
Yeah, there's, like, the slap fight that Tifa has on top of the cannon at the start of Disc 2. Like, all those little things, like, in video games nowadays, it's like they'll make a mechanic. The best example of this is the Batmobile in Arkham Knight, and then they'll just shove it down your goddamn throat. Every second, right? Oh, wait. Oh, yes! 3 times speed, baby. Here we go. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get notifications off for sure.
Do you... like, running around at 3 times speed, holy shit, the battles are 3 times speed also.
Yep. That's why, like, for grinding and stuff like that, it's gonna be a godsend.
Okay. So, yeah. This, you'll still get into the same amount of encounters as before.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, it doesn't seem like the encounter rate goes up. That's true. Oh, back attack? Come on. 7, my boy. What's up? Yeah, okay, so I actually... when I first started doing YouTube, I was doing, like, OG playthroughs of Final Fantasy games, shit like that, all over the place. And I did have a full playthrough of Final Fantasy VII up. Where
Wait, are all your old videos privated now, or did you just leave them up?
They're still up. Yeah, because touching them, I think, is a mistake. Like, I could private them if I wanted, yeah. But Like deleting them.
It's not hurting your algorithm now at this point. Like,
Yeah,
there's no point.
Yeah, they don't affect my channel at all, right? They're just sitting there. Not a big deal.
Do you still get hits on those videos, those old ones?
I mean, I don't monitor their views, so I don't know how they've gone up. I mean, every once in a while, someone will say like, "Oh, I watched your Final Fantasy Tactics videos" or some shit like that, right? Like, I was much more. If you think I'm colorful now, you should have heard me back in those videos. I'm waiting for the tail to go down. By the way, I should have just attacked him. Whatever. I mean, it doesn't matter.
I absolutely love 6. I played Final Fantasy 6. All right, these are my top 3 most beaten games in my life. I would say the Super Metroid, Final Fantasy 6, and A Link to the Past, Legend of Zelda. Those are the 3 games I played the most times over and over. To be honest, I don't know how y'all do it with the 2 to 3 uploads a day, and then like doing 5-9.
Well, I mean, for me, I actually legitimately like. I don't fake my enjoyment for Dokkan for videos. I actually really like. Again, I'm grinding links while playing this right now. Like, so.
Yeah, a lot of people, will legitimately like the game as much as you, but they fall off, and you just stuck with it.
Yeah.
That was me, like hardcore. I fell off. Like, it's fucking.
I mean, no doubt about it. It's been very lucrative, to say the least, right?
Well,
so, certainly.
That is also true.
Yeah. And I do want to be careful of these little assholes hitting me with fire.
What's up, Gail?
Hello, morning.
Ohio.
Was Barrett always meant to be kind of a gimmicky character? Because in the remake, he's pretty lousy.
No, he's just a straight up normal character in this game, like everybody else. They don't have that whole system where like, oh, he can only shoot people that are far away because he's got a gun. Like,
so one of the big differences in so the OG Final Fantasy VII, like in the remake, they all sort of have different playstyles and shit like that, right? In this one, there's only real difference that's going to be noticeable, I think, is their difference in their limit breaks. And Barrett actually has some of the best limit breaks, so he's actually like super top tier character.
Yeah. Who's your top tier like end game pie?
We might just go Cloud, Tifa, Barrett. I mean, we'll for this playthrough we'll be switching constantly, right? But
yeah, I usually do Cloud, Tifa, Barrett, or Cloud, Tifa, Vincent.
Nice. Yeah, I think my end game party was Cloud, Sid, Barrett, because they all have level 4 limit breaks that do multiple hits.
Yeah, Sid's High Wind is a beast.
Yeah, because that was the only problem with the damage cap being 9,999. Because then you get someone who's like Red 13. His level 4 limit break is still just 1 hit, so he can only ever do 9,999 damage.
He got shafted for sure.
So,
Yup, you're not lying. But then you get to do you do crazy stuff like death blow, counter attack like 6 times when you counter type.
Alright, let's do a little bit of grinding here.
Yep. And then after 7 is Dirge of the Cerberus, right? If you want to complete the story.
I never completed that.
I've done it because I love those 7 series. So yeah, it's after that it's that one. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I got a super embarrassing story about the first time I played Final Fantasy VII as well, which is.
Well, you were probably like 9 years old, like the rest of us.
It was. I think I was like 13 or something like that. But I'd never played an RPG before, so I think maybe that's one of the reasons why I love the game so much. Because obviously I'd never played a game where I got so like emotionally invested in characters and the story and everything. But at the beginning, when you first get to the reactor, and you have to speak to. Is it Biggs to open the door? Yeah. I'd never played an RPG before, so I didn't think about speaking to him. So I couldn't go through the door, so I just ran around in that first area for like 2 hours. So by the time I got to the Scorpion boss, I was already like level 16 or something.
Man.
That's the way to do it. Give yourself an early game advantage, right? And you just kind of say,
yeah, exactly. Well, that's the thing. I like back then. I guess it kind of it transfers well over to things like Dokkan, I guess. But like, I used to love grinding. Like, if I got to a new area, I'd be like, oh, let's just farm levels for like a couple of hours until you get to the point where you can just annihilate everything.
Best time to do that.
Yeah.
And then, of course, they ruined it with 8, where if you, the more you level up, the harder the enemies get.
Yeah,
so
they scaled you up.
Away time. Yeah.
All right, now I'm not gonna abide by any 8 slander though. 8 is good. 8 gets unfair.
Oh no, 8 is
fantastic.
That was it was like counterintuitive to level grinding, because I got to by the time I got to the end of the game, I don't think I ever beat the ultimate weapon because I was already level 100. So he has like over 1 million HP or something ridiculous.
I mean, does nobody like Xenogears?
Yes,
Xenogears
Xenogears
is
is
cool.
really good. Yes.
Yeah,
It
man.
takes
Yeah,
place
that's also
in-
really good.
It takes place in the same overworld as Tactics and Final Fantasy 12, which is cool.
I never knew that.
Yeah,
Tactics,
it's the
we're
same.
playing that. Yep, we're definitely playing.
What is it
Tactics.
like? Is it called like Xandriel or some shit like that? I forget what the.
No. Because Final Fantasy Tactics and Final Fantasy 12 they take place in Ivalice.
Ivalice. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And so does Xenogears. Yeah,
Does it?
but it's
So
like
Truth,
it's
Truth,
like
you
1,000
like
years
Tactics?
before after.
there's something to be said about good sprite work in games.
Oh, I follow at least no less than like 20 sprite artists on Twitter just to see their work.
Yeah, like
I mean, it also kind of helps that we've spent like thousands of hours watching those sprites and adoring them for like all of those hours, you know.
yeah.
So we're obviously gonna have that connection to it, and you know, everybody like even when Pokemon switched from like the sprites to like the 3D models from Gen 5 to Gen 6, everybody disliked them, but you have to adapt to it, kind of at the end of the day.
So,
I
yeah.
still think Gen 5 sprites are probably the best work Pokemon's ever done in terms of like models and stuff, but we're not gonna get back sprites unfortunately ever.
I'm old school as hell though. I like sprite art. I like chiptune music. I listen to
I
stuff
completely
like that
agree. Yeah.
constantly. I just absolutely love it, man.
The only time you'll get the sprite art is when they put out like mobile releases, right? Like
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
or like the 3DS. Well, 3DS is dead now, isn't it?
No, yeah, 3DS is dead. I think they didn't. I don't know if I don't think they stopped production just yet, but it's
There's
on-
not like support of it, right?
yeah, it's supposed being stopped pretty much.
They stopped production of like new games or something like that.
Yeah, the
they've done
production of new
something.
games is stopped. Yeah, yeah.
Tiny sprite.
I don't know about Dokkan sprites. Dokkan sprites are a bit sketchy.
Some of them are really good, and some of them are beyond terrible.
Yeah.
It's these modern ones like Gotenks when he does his super attack and it zooms in on the other
Yeah.
sprite and you're just like,
Mhm.
oh my god.
You can see all the pixels in his face.
Yeah, it's horrific.
Yeah, if you download the characters like the sprite sheet where it's got like all the animations where they get beat up and shit, some of them look kind of rough.
Yeah, I think Dokkanner said that basically it would be impossible to do HD sprites because there's just so much in the game that they just couldn't do it now.
I mean, I don't mind downloading it, but for the average person who might not have that, you know, space on their phone, you know, that doesn't help their case. You know, mobile games. Genshin's the only one who can say, okay, yeah, we can go for like an 8-9 gig, you know, game and be fine with it because that's how the game is. But when you look at a game like Dokkan, which is it is a bubble tapping game at the end of the day. You don't want it to be
It's
too
the
big for
greatest
players.
bubble tapping game of all time. Whoa, I'm using a YouTube playthrough? No, my boy. The only YouTube playthrough I'll be using is my own. My perfect playthrough that is up. Go type it into YouTube right now. Final Fantasy VII, The Truth. That shit'll come right up for you.
I'm not awake enough to appreciate the amazing accents that are going on here. I gotta go back to sleep.
I'm gaming EU time right now, except for me and Truth.
Yeah, but
Like
I
normal
like to. I like accents, but I can't. I'm just too sleepy. I literally understood 0% of what Sora said.
Voice
I'll be honest. I'll be honest, Toon. I was worried about getting in a stream with you because I thought there'll be a time you'll try and mock me or imitate me. I don't know
I
if it's
don't
mocking or
mock people.
imitation.
No, he imitates.
No, I like
Don't
it.
mock people.
Wait a minute,
I
wait a
like
minute.
it.
Is that
You can mock me,
Jinro
go for it.
hopped in? Jin, my boy, how's it going?
Oh my god.
Hey, what's good? I'm really sleepy right now, so I'm just gonna head out. All right.
What are your best celebrity impressions?
Beerus. It's quite a good Beerus.
4 a.m.
Tune, what are your best celebrity impressions?
Uh,
I know you don't have all these skills just so that you can mimic other YouTubers and shit.
Manu Bennett.
Hat.
Some Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds. Ooh. Give us some
I'm-
Deadpool.
You actually sound like Ryan Reynolds by default. Now that you mention that, you actually do just kind of sound like him. Maybe you're like half an octave deeper, and that's it.
Truth.
Yeah, please.
Truth. I
What's-
heard you ripped a Nano a new one too.
Well, okay. So here's what happened with Nano. I won the first one, then Nano won, I think like 5 in a row, and then or something like 4 in a row, and then I won the last. I won the first one. I think Nano won 4 in a row, and then I won the last 3. So I think we were tied 4-4 actually.
Hey, we
Hopefully
finally
the
got to,
papers go well as well, mate.
we got to best girl.
Yes.
Man has,
dude.
like-
Oh my God, Tifa.